On the heels of a violent weekend in Dallas County,
and I actually heard about 5 to 6 gunshots.
Including senseless gun violence and the killings of at least 3 young people in the city of Dallas.
It's unreal and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me.
The City Council's Public Safety Committee is again looking at strategies to curb violent crime as summer approaches.
We want to focus with those young people, 14 to 24 as well.
On Monday, the committee hearing a presentation from Youth Advocate Programs, Inc., or YAP. The national nonprofit is the group the city's contracted to launch its Violence Interrupters program.
We'll be meeting with community people. We're going to blanket neighborhoods.
Violence interrupters go into hotspots for crime, engage with neighbors, connect them with resources in hopes of helping to make streets safer. YAP already has successful models in cities like Chicago, D.C., and Baltimore.
That's what we've been doing, is hiring people within that target area who know that neighborhood, that can have trust with the young people, trust with the families, as well that can interface with the police and law enforcement.
During the same public safety meeting, Dallas Police offering updates on its violent crime reduction plan. The data shows homicides and aggravated assaults continue to be main areas of concern. 51 homicides so far this year, 12 of those killings in the month of March, and 469 aggravated assaults the same month. Gang and drug-related incidents are also on the increase. More reasons the council committee is optimistic about violence interrupters in the community.
I'm glad we're able to add this program in.
The city of Dallas is budgeting $800,000 for the Violence Interrupters program. It'll be up for full council vote April 28th. In Dallas, I'm Damon Fernandez.